Let's work some perimeter problems. Now, when you have a figure here and all sides are labeled, then it's very simple, okay? And you just basically remember perimeter is just the total of all the sides added together. So in this case, all the sides are the same. So you can either say 11 plus 11 plus 11, or you can say 11 times 4. So what's the perimeter of this one? 44. And you got to have your units, miles. That's pretty simple, right? Now pay attention to your units because we're going to change those up as we do a couple of problems. I'm working from page 76 of this number power book just to give you some sample problems to work from. Now let's take another one. So this is a different shape, triangle, 3 sides is a triangle. Notice that my sides are different now. You can't just multiply them. You have to add them all up. So perimeter is the sum of all the sides in the figure. So you got 5 yards plus 8 yards plus 11 yards. And you just put that on your calculator and work it out. So you just say 5 plus 8 plus 11, and you got 24. All right, that's simple, simple, simple. Now let's change it up just another notch. So now this one, a little different, right? It's a triangle, of course, but now notice your units here. We have 5 feet 9 inches, 6 feet 5 inches, 8 feet 2 inches. So we're going to have to do something a little different with that, aren't we? Yes. And so what you have to do here is you have to add all your feet up first. So you're going to have to add 8 feet. Doesn't matter which side you start on. 5 feet and 6 feet up. Put that on your calculator. 8 plus 5 plus 6. And you've got 19 feet. Well, that's good. That's good. But there's more. These get really long, okay? So now you want to add up all your inches. So you have 9 inches. You can't add mixed units, remember? 5 inches, 2 inches. Add all those up. So you have 9 plus 5 plus 2. And you have 16 inches. Okay, it sounds like you're done, right? 19 feet, 16 inches. But wait. Do you remember from that previous video that if you have 19 inches, you kind of went over the category because there's 12 inches in 1 foot, which means you have to simplify, 16 inches, which means you have to simplify your 16 inches. So 16 inches is really 1 foot with some left over. So this is why I say, wait, there's more. You go check your length on your formula sheet, and you can see that 12 inches is kind of like your limit for inches before you get to make it a foot. So is that over the 12 mark? Yes, it is. So remember in that previous video, we just took it and put it and made it like an improper fraction. And then we come over here to the side and we work it out. So long problem here. So 12 goes into 16 one time, make it nice and tall. 1 times 2 is 12. You can work on your calculator if you want to. So now the 1 becomes your feet, because in your 16 inches, remember, that's actually 1 foot with some left over. So how many do you have left over? 4 inches. Okay, so here we go. So that you already had your 19 feet, so you add your 1 foot to it, and your 4 inches can't be added. So that's really 20 feet, 4 inches. Okay, so these are long problems, very long problems. All right, let's see if we can do one more. Now, I'm going to have to draw this one out for you. So you've got a weird shaped figure, And you're looking for perimeter because that's what it asks for you to do. Now notice these are just all figures. You don't have to do a word problem on these because we just need to learn how to do perimeter first. Then we'll start taking it into word problems. And notice these are just random shapes because we're just working mostly with how to combine units here. We're going to take in the next video and do squares and work only on squares and so on. All right, so if we're needing perimeter, remember we've got to add up the units for all the sides, but we've got mixed units here. So we have yards and feet, yards and feet. So we got to add up all of our yards, which really you don't have to rewrite it if you don't want to. You can just do that on your calculator. 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 15. Because remember your test is timed, so you want to do it pretty quickly, but you don't want to skip your steps and get confused. So you got 41, 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 15. So you got 41 yards, so I added all those up. But now I've got to add the feet up. So 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5 feet. All right, well that's good. 41 yards and 5 feet, but go get your formula sheet out. You really need to have your formula sheet printed so you can use it. If you look at your yards, 1 yard is 3 feet. So we're kind of looking on the right side of this, of the equal sign here. So 3 feet is kind of my limit. Are you over the limit? Actually, you are over the limit. So are you going to have to simplify this? Yep, you sure are. So remember, your feet has to match feet. That's how I know which one to choose from this paper. And I'm not going to miles, so I wouldn't choose this 5,280. So 3 feet to 1 yard. See, I've got yards and feet. So I put it over 3 feet. Then I come over here and do the math, which you could do that in your head. That's fine too. Remember, divide, multiply, and subtract. Now this becomes your next bigger unit. So that's actually one. So 5 feet has a yard in it plus some leftover. So that's 1 yard, 2 feet. So you got to come back over here, add that back together, and you got 42 yards and 2 feet. So that's what your perimeter equals. So it's kind of a long, complicated problem, but that's how you do it. Remember, you have to add up all your yards, add up all your feet. Then simplify this by using your formula, looking at the right side, then recombine them.